wanted to let you guys know I'm here to talk about the holiday, and it's this weekend. The Memorial Day is this weekend, but any holiday that you have, how do you manage a holiday or a party or a birthday or something where you're gonna be around tons of different food, but also try to continue moving toward your goal? Now, here's the thing. I'm talking to a large group of people here. I'm talking to a group of people that potentially might have a goal of weight loss, might have a goal of performing better in the gym, might have a goal that you want to get bigger muscles, might have a goal that you just want to be healthier and make healthier choices for yourself on a regular basis. But also, part of being healthier is learning how to have quote unquote balance and be able to connect and enjoy time with your family, time with your friends. And if you're one of those people that moving toward a goal becomes isolating, only having Tupperware, not being able to connect with friends, because I've been there, then that's certainly not a healthy rabbit hole to go down. So one of the reasons inside the FLA movement, we teach people the foundations of nutrition, and one of the reasons we teach people how to eat whatever you want while getting results, and we actually teach you education around food, is so that you can go to these holiday parties and actually enjoy yourself, actually connect with people, and have these holiday situations not be all about the food. Because to be honest, most of the holiday situations for me, most of the last 20 years, up until a few years ago, were all about food, because I was eating disordered. And I say was, that's an interesting change that has happened in the past couple years. I struggled to be in a situation at a holiday party and not think about the food the entire time. I couldn't connect with people without thinking about the chocolate chip cookies screaming at me from across the room, or the chips and salsa and wanting to go get more, or how much did I eat? Was that enough? Did people think I was eating too much food? Or just being uncomfortable in my skin all the time. And I'm not saying I've completely moved past every single part of eating disorders. I struggle still with body dysmorphia. I struggle still with being uncomfortable in my skin, even losing weight and moving through that portion of eating disorders. That is still very much a part of my growth. But food, the issues around food at a holiday party, like, it's so much freedom now that I can just make a plate, enjoy the plate, and the parties now don't revolve around what's going to be there, how am I going to handle it, what do people think about what am I eating, what do I think about what I've eaten, how much guilt and shame and frustration am I going to have the next day, what am I going to do about the alcohol, how much am I going to drink. Like, there's no confusion or stress around any of the food aspects or the consuming aspects, simply because I have moved through the foundations of nutrition and made it a part of my life and created habitual disciplines in my life, so much so that it has allowed myself to become free inside of the food aspect. And if you struggle with any of that, I seriously, truly invite you to not only just join us inside this group and listen to these live trainings and post and engage inside this group, but I truly would encourage you to grab one of our tribe leader coaches, because it is something that is very much a mindset piece that you might need to recalibrate and work through with a coach on a daily basis for a few months at a time. So today I want to offer you guys some tips and tricks and some ways to maneuver through those holiday parties. So everybody in this group, everybody that sees this video, is going to be in a completely different situation. So I want to tell you guys just a few different things, and maybe you can grab one that will work for you this weekend. So one of the things you can use is called the fist or the palm fist method. So basically, this is like a method that you can use where when you go to grab a plate, you can basically make a plate that is a palm size of your hand of protein. And you always want to start with protein. And then the fist size of your hand of some sort of vegetable. Preferably a vegetable that's not smeared with like fat sources of some sort. But it's hard to find at a holiday. Holiday parties are all carbs and all fats. Protein sources sometimes are hard to find. And a lot of the protein sources are going to be higher in fat. Now, if you don't have the education around that, that's okay. Protein sources are going to be your meats. They're going to be your burgers and your hot dogs and things of that nature. Chicken, steak. So go toward those for your meat sources, for your palm of your hand. Then find some vegetables. Yes, raw vegetables are good for you as well. If there's a veggie tray somewhere deep inside the thing, grab a fist size amount of vegetables. And then the other fist size amount is for miscellaneous things that you want that are extra. So if you want to try a bunch of different things that are most likely carb based, grab a fist size, not a fist size of 15 different things. And then another good thing I always tell people to do at a holiday party is to make one plate, go enjoy that plate, and relax for at least 15, 20, 30 minutes after you eat your plate, and do not go back to the dessert table for as long as possible. Like, just relax. The dessert table is going to be there all day long, depending on how long you're at the party. So later on, go back and pick either one dessert, or pick, if it's something where you want to try a bunch of different ones, take a sliver of 2 to 3 of them that would equal one dessert. Because a lot of times, sometimes I want to sample them all. But just pick one. And if there's something that you like that is better than the other one, and let's say you take a bite of it, don't feel like you're at a party. It's not like you're paying for it. Don't feel like you have to eat the entirety of the rest of the dessert you don't like. If you're sampling them, go back and get more of the one that you actually enjoyed, and then just have one serving of a dessert. And then again, take pause for the rest of the day or for a few hours so that you can create space in between the consuming. Because here's the thing. One of the things that we don't realize inside our American society, and well, really everywhere in the world, is that we actually get full about 20 to 30 minutes after we stuff ourselves and put a bunch of food in here. We don't actually feel the fullness till after about 20 to 30 minutes. Well, then that's why we feel like total crap, because we feel full and then we're way overfed because we stop when we feel the fullness. But if you don't feel it for 20 to 30 minutes later and you don't stop eating until you feel full, that's a problem. So that's why I say use these tips and tricks. Remember, palm size, going to probably be, about 4 ounces of meat. Fist size of, go get you some greens, some veggies of some sort. And then go get you another fist size of some sort of carbohydrate, something else, whatever, chips, sweet potatoes, whatever, some sort of carb. Another fist size. And then take some space and then do the dessert later. And remember, one serving of dessert if possible. And the thing about it is when you do that first method, what you're trying to focus on is creating more of the party to be about the people instead of it just being about the food. And the thing about the food at the party is always there's so much left over. If there's something that you wanted and you really truly were like, man, I wish I could have had more of that, most likely the party person, the party planner, the person there will be like, can you take some of this home and you actually could most likely take some home and have it for breakfast tomorrow. That's okay if you have cake for breakfast tomorrow. Okay, another tip and trick. So if you're out there and you actually are logging food, hopefully you're logging in the First Format and you're getting my messages every day, and you're getting my announcements. I would love for you guys to respond to those and just say, hey, I got your message, or if you have questions about the messages, let me know. So the easiest thing you can do is log the food that you eat, meaning put it into an actual food app. One of the reasons I use the First Form app is because I'm in there as an advisor. So all of my clients and anybody that wants to join, they can actually be inside the app and get connection to me. As long as you're premium, I can see your stuff. And then I can see everything. I can see your pictures. I can see your food. And it's a way that literally any food that you eat, it doesn't matter where you are, you can estimate when you're at a party or at home, you can actually put the food in and look the food up, or you can scan the back of a food if it's a processed food. Now, at a party, I always tell people, when you're logging food, use the same kind of thing. Go after protein first. But if you're logging food, just do the best that you can to hit your macros for the day. And if you're logging food and you're trying to continue to stay on your goals, a couple different tips and tricks that you can do. One of the things that you do most of the time when you're logging food and you're at a party, there are tons of carbs and fats available at a party, typically. And one of the things you miss out on are proteins when you go to a holiday party. So one of the things I coach my clients on doing is in the morning is front load your protein. So we know we're not probably going to have a ton of protein at this party. So a couple different ways you can front load your protein in the morning to make sure you get that in so that you have enough amino acids in the day to maintain that muscle you've been working for, or to maintain the protein numbers you've been trying and working to hit on a regular basis. Go ahead and put collagen and either level 1. Level 1's great. It blends in really well to your coffee. And then maybe have breakfast and have like just protein and fat in your breakfast and just have eggs. Or if you know you're probably going to eat some fatty foods at your at your party, probably going to eat some chips and things of that nature and some pastries, then maybe you just have egg whites. No problem with egg whites with some chicken spice, or egg whites with some hot sauce, or egg whites with some everything but the bagel spice on it. Go to Trader Joe's, grab some spices. Hey, if you're wanting to enjoy some cookies, some fun treats at the party, it's okay to have 4 or 5 egg whites in the morning, or have a vegan protein shake if you're into if you're mostly eating vegan stuff. Have like a vegan source of protein in the morning, and then have some sort of coffee protein source in the morning, so you front load and you get like 30 to 40 grams in the morning. And then maybe before the party, maybe you're having like a bar, and then at the party all of your carbs and your fats are remaining for the rest of the day. The other thing for the party, if you're a drinker, one of the things I encourage people to do is to offset the drinking. So if you're going to have a drink, the second after the drink is to have a glass of water. So for every drink, have another glass of water, because that will keep you very hydrated. It makes a huge difference if you feel great and you wake up the next day and you're hydrated to get back on all of those wonderful habits that you've already developed. If you wake up and you're hungover and you feel like crap, and let's be honest, I'm 40, I don't do well with alcohol anymore. I wake up and I feel like crap after one drink. So, couple different tips and tricks with the alcohol. One, if you're doing macros, you can count those alcoholic beverages. Take the entire caloric intake of your alcohol and you can count those as carbs, or you can count those as fat. When you take the alcohol, if it's 100 calories, divided by 4 to count it as carbs, divided by 9 to count it as fats, throw it into the food app as a quick add. So that way you are staying within your caloric needs. Now, if you don't want to stay within macros and you're counting all of your macros, and that is kind of your way to stay on track during the party, and here's the thing, if you're a counter and you're going to this party, make the decision beforehand so that you stay in the power. I'm talking like before you go to the party. I'm either going to stick to my macros, which is a little bit more difficult, or I'm going to stick to my calories. And I'm going to stay within calories, and if the macros are a little off, it's okay. But always, if you can, stick, and then also make the decision, I'm going to either count my alcohol within my calories, or I'm just going to eat all my food within my calories, and then alcohol is extra. Make the decision beforehand. And just as a side note, I tried this morning. I did blueberry muffin level 1 first form protein with French vanilla collagen with a frother. Mix that up with your coffee. It's awesome. But I did half a scoop of level 1. So 1 scoop of collagen. Really, really good if you want like a good mixture. And that gives you like 27 grams of protein to start your breakfast. Then you have 3 or 4 eggs and egg whites. That would give you an extra 20. That's a really great protein start to go into a party. One of the reasons I tried it this morning is because I know I'm going to need that for a party this weekend. So, guys, I'm doing this as well. So, the biggest thing about these power choices is make the decision before you go into the party. And if you have a coach inside the FLA movement, talk to your coach about it. Make the decision before you go in the party so that you know what you're going to do and you have a plan going into it so you can enjoy the party and you're not stressed out. You already know what's going to happen. So macro counting, calorie counting, either one, make sure you know what you're doing and you're moving forward. And it's always good as well to have something with you. I'm always prepared. Drive to the party. But inside my car, I typically always have all of my Go Foods with me. So I'll have like bags of like protein with a shaker bottle with me. I have little bars. I usually carry like some First Form bars with me, or some kind of jerky or something with me for extra protein. Or what else do I have in there? I'm not really a individual peanut butter or almond butter person, but a lot of my clients love those. Here's the reason. It's not that the food at the party is, I'm not too good for the food at the party. It's that sometimes I know myself well enough now, I've done this for so long, that the foods that are offered at the particular party, I have no control over. And sometimes those foods are going to wreck my gut. And I would rather eat a bar quickly and have one of the foods at the party versus all the foods at the party, stay within my macronutrients or within my caloric intake, and then have a glass of alcohol. Or I would rather have a bar and then maybe none of the food at the party and a glass of alcohol. Or the opposite, I'd have none of the alcohol, some of the food at the party and a bar. Or do you see what I'm saying? So I just like to be in control of the situation and always have an option. Or let's say I've had a few glasses of alcohol and I'm feeling a little weird or a little off because I haven't had a lot of protein or not a lot of stuff in my body that's slow sustained. Protein breaks down a lot slower than carbohydrate. So when you drink, a lot of times your insulin levels gets off, you get a little weird, you feel a little off, you're dehydrated. If I take like a protein shake, a lot of times I'll feel a lot better. So sometimes having a protein shake in the car on the way home, I'll feel a lot better. So those are just some tips and tricks that if you're doing the macro counting or the calorie counting and having Go Foods in your car, it can really help you out. Another tip and trick, and this is like full on lots of information, but hey guys, pick a couple different things. This is why I always say it's best to have a coach, because all this stuff you can find online, all this stuff I'm telling you about, there's so much information out here. But what you need is what you need for you. And that's why it's so great to have a coach, because the coach could tell you like, this is what you need for you. You take this and you use this weekend. I don't know you, but I want to give you guys as much as I can give you so that you have, you can take it, whatever is best for you, and go use it this weekend. So 2 other things. One of the things I've used that is so amazing, there's this stuff that you can take. It's called Remedy, also by First Form. And you can take these capsules that have a bunch of vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, and things like that. And you take them before you drink. If you're an alcohol drinker, these are good for all the time, but not just for party. You can take those, and that way you're not hungover. And also you can take them after the party, during the party, the next morning, so that you feel better and that you can get right back into your habits the next day. It's most important. Or if you're doing like the multiple day weekend, sometimes you need to have that every single day just so that you don't feel sick. That's one of the things that I've really utilized as I've moved away from drinking on a regular basis. Anytime I go to a holiday party and I'm like, oh, I think I'll have one, like having that and making sure I have that in my car makes a really big difference, just to enjoy the party more and so I don't feel sick the next day. So these are just a couple tips and tricks so that you can continue on going to the party, enjoying yourself, making sure that you don't show up, not enjoy the people, not enjoy the food. So if you guys have any questions, the most important thing about enjoying a holiday party is in enjoying the actual event. Food is going to be there. And remember, the food that is there shouldn't deter you from reaching your performance goal, reaching your aesthetic goal, reaching your health goal. Because to be honest, like this holiday party is going to be here every year. Every single season of our life has birthdays, deaths, holidays, anniversaries. It has some sort of celebration. And if we don't learn how to go through the seasons of life and celebrate and eat and enjoy, but also continue on becoming healthier, more fit, more just better every single day, even while celebrating and connecting and having fun foods, we're never going to get better. We're just all, as a society, going to continue to become heavier and sicker and worse. And these foods aren't going away. So we need to learn to enjoy them, but also learn how to embrace them, but not over embrace them. Because realistically, like, they're going to be there. So we don't have to eat them as if they're not going to be there next week or the next day. They're always going to be there, but we eat most of the time as if they're not going to always be there. So if you guys need more tips, more tricks, let me know. I want you to comment under this video. I hope these helped, but I'm always here. Please go this weekend. Enjoy yourself. Lastly, there is another option. If you are on your journey and this is the weekend to take off, because there is a period of time inside becoming, healthy. Like I have clients that we use this time as just a diet break. So inside our company, we talk about periodization and we educate about that. So there's a time to diet and then there's a time to break from dieting. There's a time to reverse out and eat more and go to maintenance calories. And these are all words that you will learn when you come in and learn the foundations of nutrition. And it's just a part of our life. You should not live in a diet forever. But we use our diet breaks around holidays. And so like if this is a point in time and like if you're one of the tribe members watching this and this is a diet break, like go have a break. Enjoy yourself. If you want to have carrot cake and carrot cake is there, slice a piece of cake and enjoy it. Leave the guilt and shame and frustration behind and just enjoy your food. And every single part of the event instead of feeling like food is something you should hurt yourself with. So that is another part of the whole journey. Sometimes the weekend of Memorial Day weekend becomes, or any weekend where there's a holiday, it becomes a diet break, meaning you're no longer in a deficit. You are in a, I'm going to take a break from a deficit, eating less calories. I'm not going to track my food. I'm not going to overindulge, meaning just eat everything in my face. When I'm hungry, I'm going to eat food. When I'm not hungry, I'm going to stop. And I'm just going to enjoy the time and relax. So if that's where you are, enjoy the weekend. But if that's not where you are and you need to track things to stay on track, enjoy the weekend. And if you are in there and you're like, you know what, I kind of want to stay balanced and I want to be healthy and I want to use this to keep moving forward, use that fist palm method and get some balance with your food and take some pause in between those plates. Either way, enjoy the weekend. And hopefully you guys will either check out the Murph workout and do a portion of it, look up Murph workout online and just read his story, or try it and enjoy being in pain and just giving that man some praise for his sacrifice, because he sacrificed for our country and he's owed much. I always love doing the Murph workout or a portion of it, just to give some sort of thanks to all the people, not only my friends that have passed, but also all of the soldiers that have given their lives for us, that we get to have the freedom to stand here in front of palm trees, hang out, my dog's under the counter or under the table here, and I can just stand here and hang out and give you guys education for free. And so I'm here if you need anything. If you guys want to schedule a call with me, I'll put my scheduler in the link. If you want to start logging your food and make this summer the best summer ever, I'll put the link underneath here so you can log your food. If you want to join the FLA movement and jump in and have a coach, my scheduler is the first place to start. Schedule a call with me. We can jump on the phone, make a strategy specific to you, because this is a lot of information. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Talk to you guys soon.